It feels like it's been forever. It is like Saturday, like 7-ish, I guess. And I decided to come out here and work since my little is busy playing. And I thought, you know what, let's just make a real quick video and say hi and catch up. A lot's been going on. Some of it, you know, I need to kind of tiptoe around just because these are some crazy times and people are feeling their feels right now. It's not that it's not important in my real life, it's a big deal to me. But this channel's kind of my happy place. I remember how I felt 4 years ago, and I know that a lot of people are feeling that way right now, so there's no need to go, you know, have a conversation about that too much. I just want to say that I hope that moving forward, people can all try to find a way to find some common ground, and we all want the same things. You know, we want to be well, however you feel about this virus. We want to get this under control and get back to normal. We want that vaccine to do its thing, and I know that, you know, we're getting closer and closer to it, and it's exciting. We have a long way to go before it becomes, you know, part of our lives, but it's getting there, so that feels hopeful. You know, we're not going to have a big Thanksgiving at our house. We're just not. It doesn't feel right, and it's okay. I would rather just have a small Thanksgiving with just my kids. You know, we'll celebrate bigger next year. It's okay. So, all that out of the way, I want to show you the babies that I'm working on. So I'm working on Bountiful Baby's Pearl. Isn't she so cute? I just painted her hair. I keep trying to, you know, play around with new hairstyles, but for some reason I keep coming back to this one. I mean, it's not always exactly the same, but it's pretty darn close. It's just like habit now, and I like it. She has such a cute face. Just so cute. And I am also working on Michael. This is another Bountiful Baby Realborn. He's pretty cute. He's got a very boy face. I mean, I think I could make him a girl. Who knows? I always end up making them girls. I just, for some reason, tend to lean that way. And there's his hair, or her hair. We'll see once the hair goes on, but to me he looks very boy. So this is Kanan from Bountiful Baby. He's pretty cute. He's much bigger than I thought. In the prototype photos, he looks so tiny and freshly newborn. And when I got him, yeah, he's still little, but you know what I mean? I thought he would be the size of Pearl for some reason. Look at the difference. But he isn't. He's just a kind of a regular newborn size. And here is his hair. I think it turned out pretty cute. He has a lot of gold undertones, especially up here in his eyebrows and his temples. And so when I put on his eyebrows, they do look a little bit more gold, or a little bit more sepia brown than coffee brown. That's the only way to explain it for me. But he still turned out super cute. I really like him. Or her. We'll see. And then the last two babies, I'm in different stages with them, and I am painting them with a class. Friend Jessie Addington, she has Juicebox Nursery. You may know her. She did the Joanna Awake prototype for Bountiful Baby, and she is doing some really pretty deep brown skin tones, and she's offering an online workshop. She was all set to do the workshop at Rose, but it got canceled. So she offered it online. I'm taking it, I think it was like 250 bucks, and you just kind of paint along with the class, and you can pop in anytime because she's archiving all of the class days. And I came in, I think, about halfway, and I'm caught up already. So I will show you, I'm doing Big Joe, which, oh my goodness, I'm gonna need physical therapy pouncing this guy. He is so big. And he's a little bit funny looking right now because he is about to go in the oven, and he just had a couple of washes. And so once all of that thinner flashes off, all that pigment sits on top of there, and it's kind of dry looking and doesn't look the way it's gonna look when it comes out. I'm leaving his little lips for last. He's ready to go into the oven. His arms and legs are hanging up above me. And the other one I'm doing is Joanna, and she's almost done, I think. I've got caught up, and so I don't know how many more classes there are. If you're trying to level up your dark skin tone game, go take her class. I mean, I think it's worth it. And yes, I did pay for my class. She didn't ask me to talk about her class or, you know, give it the thumbs up or anything. This is just coming from me. Here's my Joanna, and she's turning out so beautiful. I really love it. I mean, this is the proof in the pudding here. I think, I do ethnic skin tones, but I'm not always like super comfortable with it. I just keep trying and trying different things. Reborning, if you've been doing it a lot, there are just some basic things that everybody knows, and a lot of them I knew, but she had a couple of techniques that I tried out for the first time, and they really paid off for me. I think my Joanna's probably a lot darker than everybody else's, and that's just because I got super excited with the shading and stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I wanted her to have a deeper skin tone. So I'm not sure how many layers are left, but if we were to stop right here, I'd be totally happy. Here is a leg. Just so much fun, having a great time. So I am not going to be working on her. I was going to start painting her hair, but I think Jesse's got a couple more layers for us to do. And I want to be a good student and follow the rules, so I'm going to do that. A little bit of matte varnish on and get them sealed up. I don't think I want to do this. These babies have enough color on them. You just have to assess the situation and adjust your sails with every baby. I'll just varnish and talk, if that's okay with you. Let's see what's been going on over here at my house. Well, believe it or not, we are getting solar put on our house. We believe in it. I've been wanting to do it. I think it's a great idea. It's just so darn expensive. And they had like a couple of plans, and they have those ones where you don't have to pay for it. You can kind of lease the equipment, and you have to sign a loan contract, and I just didn't feel comfortable with that. I didn't want to take out a loan. It's kind of the last year that you can take advantage of some of the incentives. So I guess what happens is after this year, the tax credit isn't as generous. The interest rate on the loans came down a lot, so this is not making me happy. It's cold in here, so this matte varnish is super thick. It just needs to warm up a bit. I think what I might do is pop some thinner in there. The cool thing about thinner is it's got this like melty quality. When I was a kid, we had those chocolates. They were called ice cubes. Do you remember them? They came wrapped in that kind of blue and silver or red and gold package. A little square, and it was this melt in your mouth chocolate. If you held it in your hand too long, it would just turn into a puddle. That's what thinning medium reminds me of. It's kind of like a ganache, and whatever you add it to, it does thicken it up, but it gets all melty and yummy. So I'm just going to put that on just because it's super cold. I don't know what happened. We went from like 80-degree days, 80+ degrees, even a couple 90-degree days, and out of the blue, woke up to frost, and we were like, what the heck is going on? I mean, where I live, it's still sunny and warm in November. I've had a couple of Thanksgivings outside in my backyard, so it's kind of weird. So the solar panel thing, so the interest rates came way down. I just felt like if we're gonna do it, we might as well just bite the bullet and get it done. And they give you that whole, dog and pony show where they say, oh, guess what, you won't even notice it. Your loan payment will actually be cheaper than your electricity. Well, I'm not holding my breath. I hope that's true, and I hope that's how it works out. But I have a feeling it's not going to be quite like that. Yeah, so they came out today to install the panels. First they come out and they get you to sign a bunch of papers and borrow a bunch of money. And then they come out and they take a look at your roof and make sure that it's a good roof. I don't know how long roofs are supposed to last. I wish I did. But I think when we moved here, that roof was already like 10 years old or something like that, maybe less. And we've been here for about 26 years. And I think it still looks good. I mean, we don't have any leaks, nothing's going on. But when we moved here, we had solar, but it was just, water running through tubes being warmed by the sun, and we had a separate water heater. So it was solar, but it really wasn't electrical solar, it was water solar. And when we moved in, it wasn't working. So we called somebody to have it repaired, and they said, this, is so old, you might as well just take it down. So we took the whole system down, and we had to patch up the holes up there. And it's been a long time since then, but today when they came out, the guy who was putting it up said, I am just not comfortable with these holes, and I need to call somebody out to take a look. And sorry about this, but the deal is, once we put these up, it's going to cost a ton of money to take them down and put them up again should you want to put on your roof. So let's just make sure everything's okay. Well, they were supposed to do that before we signed contracts. Should have all been discussed before we made a decision and signed contracts and got a loan. He said, oh, it's no problem. If you get a new roof, we'll just put this off another month. We'll get a roof put on there. You can just add it to your loan. And I'm like, no. You got a guy out there, and the guy said, the roof really looks good. You have a couple of spots that I'm a little concerned about. You'll probably be okay. But, for this much money, I can just patch up and fix those spots where the old solar used to be, just for peace of mind. They're expediting it. He's coming out tomorrow to fix the roof, and then next week they'll get the solar up. They did all the electricity today. Really a bunch of nice guys, super cool. But when they came here to do all of that, our side yard was just, I don't know, if you've lived in a house a long time, you accumulate things and you really don't even notice that you've accumulated them. And I mean, for like the last couple of years, I've been saying, I'm going to clean up the side yard, I'm going to clean up the side yard. And it's never been a priority. Well, today they needed to gain access. They said, oh, we need to move this stuff, we'll move it for you, And I was so embarrassed. I was like, no, why don't you do what you need to do, and I will wake up my son and we will get this done. So I woke up Noah and we moved a bunch of stuff. And you know how it is. Well, if you're like me, you know how it is. Once you start moving one thing, you find 5 other things that you can fix and make better. And so rather than just moving all the bikes to the backyard and, moving the shelves away from the side of the house and the ladders and stuff, I started sweeping all the leaves and tossing out old boogie boards and beat up rain boots and old sports equipment that didn't work anymore. I just did a major side yard clean out. I had a couple people helping me in the family, but they kind of went off and did their own thing, and I just kept plugging away at it. They know just to leave me alone. I go into my own little all or nothing world. And oh my goodness, I am so happy. I went out there about 4 times just to look at it. I'm like, oh, this looks so nice. It looks so nice. I love it when things are organized and tidy and, all that good stuff. So that was a good thing. That's a really pretty baby. This batch of babies is really, really awesome. Except for Big Joe and Joanna, I haven't painted any of the rest of these before. They were new to me. And Big Joe I've only painted, I think, 1 other time. Big babies are hard. And when you do babies with deep, dark skin tones, you are putting on a ton of layers and you're pouncing and pouncing. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I do, and oh, my arm was so sore. He's got thighs that go forever. It's just like never ending. But it'll be worth it, and I'm not sure, I think I'm actually gonna root his head. I have some really pretty curly mohair that I actually processed and dyed myself, looking for just the right baby, and I think he's it.